Good morning. Today is prepping day. We're going to look for some prepping items, and one place that I thought that came to mind is Ollie's. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. We can find a lot of useful tools that we can use in maybe a lights out situation or any kind of situation. If you're in an area that has bad storms, hurricanes, these might be some useful items to pick up. And we've been hearing that they've been building Ollie's all across the country here. So hopefully there's one near you. We're going to go in and check it out. Let's get to it. Okay, as soon as we come into Ollie's here, I wanted to check out some of these solar lights. These would be perfect to have in case the power goes out. Even if not, they look cool in the yard. Looks like each one of these is $4.99. They got different designs here. So not the cheapest one. Sometimes you can find these at Dollar Tree for $1.25. You got some of these fancier looking ones here though. I would want the brightest ones. Here's a 5-pack. Light sensor activated dusk to dawn. Well, yeah, I hope so. $19.99 for a 5-pack of the Ripple glass ones. These do get pretty bright. So if your power goes out and you need like a polar chill air cooler here, you fill this up with water. Now it uses a USB port, but what I wanted to talk about, I don't know if they sell them here, but those like battery banks, those battery cell banks that you buy that have like, you can order them on Amazon. Like if ever your power does go out, you can use it to charge on that thing. You might get a few charges out of it, but if you live in Florida or something, I would feel like this would be a necessity. More a generator, I guess, to keep your power running if you can afford it. But if not, this little air cooler here is $14.99. I feel like that's an okay deal. I don't know how long the power would last on it. But again, if you get one of those battery recharging banks, buy up a few of those. Me and Jessica have a ton of them. I use them a lot for different camera equipment when we are out of town or something so that I can always keep my power charged. So I don't know, I feel like this would be pretty useful. One thing that's always important to have if crap hits the fan, and you know, it's always good to have in your camping gear or anything to have an extra regular can opener. You know, an electric can opener is obviously not going to work if the power goes out, so always good to have an extra one anyway. So there's not many here, but they actually have the ball mason jars, the 12 quarter pints, 4-ounce jars for $10.99. Today's prices, I mean, I would compare this to Menards. They're about the same price, but yeah, the cheapest I've seen in a while. One thing that Ollie's sells too, which is pretty awesome, they even have it broke down in different feet here, are tarps. I have a good amount of tarps saved up. You never know when you're going to need them. This is $1.99 for this one right here. This one's a 6 by 4 foot, so it's not very big. But they also have a 9 by 10 foot here for $5.99, and pretty much any size you want. Prices are going to vary by size, but it's always good to have tarp, keep things dry. Yeah, tarps are good for many reasons. I know we use really big ones when we go camping. If it rains, we'll set up like a big huge tarp, you know, in between a couple trees to keep all of our stuff dry while we're camping. So definitely good to have in your prepper box. Another good thing to have is some good strong nylon utility rope here. $7.99 here. I feel like that's an okay price. I feel like for this amount you would pay pretty much right around $10 pretty much everywhere, but this is great for everything. Tie things down, keep things together, many different uses. And they do have all kinds of different ropes here, different sizes, different prices, and different colors if you want. Here you go. 4th of July coming up. You can get some red, white, and blue wire here, or rope. $5.99 for this. This is 3.5 inches times 100 feet. Another thing that Ollie's carries that is really awesome and huge, different zip ties here. Guys, these are great to have. Good to have if you are creating a different bags to go hiking, or, you know, just in general for anything you need to keep something together. Zip ties are good to have. Let us know down in the comments anything we point out today. Name us some uses, some different things that we can use for this in a situation, you know, in a lights out situation or something, because I could think of a million different things that we could use with zip ties, but that would take all day. Then they got some like bungee cords here. These are good. $2.99 for this. They got the nice metal ends on them, make it easy to hook something together. One thing that's going to be important if crap does hit the fan eventually at some point, or, you know, again, power goes out, These little lantern things here are pretty nice, and they're $20, but you get 2 of them. Look how bright that gets, though. And it's got different settings. And let's see, yep, this one works too. Always double check, make sure they work. Got 3-in-1 working light here, all different kinds of light setups. This is something you can hang down from the bottom of your car. If you're working from under your car, it's pretty nice. I love Ollie's. This place is awesome. I've usually only covered food here, but since we've been covering a lot of prepping items, this place is awesome. Here's a cool headlamp. I don't know about this one. I have a few at home I might show here at some point. But this is, it has 3 different modes. It's got the high beam, low beam, and strobe. And strobe is important if you're out in the woods and you're trying to notify a buddy or something, and you're like, you know, a few hundred yards away. That strobe really helps find them, find whoever you're looking for. But guys, they've got so many different kinds of lights here. It's crazy. Definitely good, and lots of light bulbs too, and Christmas lights. Something like this is probably all you would need. This is Steel Ton Tools here. This is a good brand. $7.99 for a 2-pack of headlamps. And I kind of like, whoa, geez. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Wow, that's really nice. Me and my brother and some family members, we used to do some spelunking down in Kentucky, going through the caves and stuff. We used to have these all the time. I'd have like 2 backups on me. This would be perfect. That is really bright. So that's $7.99 for 2 of them. 200 lumens. Really, that's about all you need just to get by. If it's going to be a long period of time, you may want to get something that like this that carries out 1,000 lumens. That's what I like about this. This is 1,000 lumens. So, and you know, always have extra batteries. And if you really want to get tactical, you can get a tactical flashlight here. This is $14.99. This would probably be like $30 anywhere else. This is 4,000 lumens. You can tell, I mean, it's heavy. It's heavy duty. $14.99, I feel like that is a great price. And they do sell the Farpoint little ones too, which are each 350 lumens. So you're going to get more brightness out of these and length than you will these headlamps. I still prefer the headlamp because you can just wear it on your head. Makes it hard to lose. Of course, you know, if there's no power, we're not going to need any of these. But I always recommend having a couple extra extension cords because you just never know what you could, you know, use it for. And if you're staying home, which most people will, I assume, they have, you know, little tap lights that you can hang up in like your closets or even on your wall here. This one's $10. I don't know if that'll, yeah, you'll have to motion activated. Okay, so there's probably like a little sticker or something in it that you got to pull out, but motion activated, that's nice. Walk in the kitchen, lights are out, that thing will come on. Always good to have a lot of candles too, guys. Candles, flashlights, batteries, all that good stuff. So I have a bit of a plan ahead mind. Most of you on the channel know that. But I could literally find uses out of everything I'm seeing right here at Ollie's. We got some strap downs here. These are good to have. You know, if you need to strap stuff to your car or just tie down, that makes it really easy. Let's see, we've got some Scotch caster cups. I'm sure I could find some use for those. Tools will be a very important thing in case crap ever hits the fan here. So this is packing tape, more duct tape. I have a lot of duct tape. I've always stocked up on duct tape when I find a good deal on it. I'm sure they got it around here somewhere. It's like a treasure hunt here at Ollie's. Always good to have a hammer. A rubber mallet is good too for something that you don't want to damage. But yeah, regular hammer is good too. Plus they have like universal wrenches here. Screwdrivers, $1.99 for this. Some of these things you can find at Dollar Tree, but I will say Steel Ton Tools is a much better brand than what you're going to get at Dollar Tree. All kinds of different stuff here. Find uses for all these things. All kinds of different gloves for any kind of situation. I will say that Dollar Tree has some really good like rubber gloves like this that are more like a grip glove for $1.25. These are $2.99. That's probably a little better material right here, but you can get them really cheap at Dollar Tree. They also have a bunch of these vinyl gloves, 12 gloves here for 99 cents. I feel like that's a great deal. Now these are the very like thin vinyl gloves. But, you know, still good to have, you know, if you're mixing things around, doing something like, say you're using super glue or something. It'd be a good idea to have one of these so you don't get super glue on your finger. Okay, so forget that 12 pack. I just found a 100 pack of vinyl gloves here, disposable vinyl gloves for $1.99. That is a great deal. They have 100 count of latex gloves here for $5.99. That's an incredible deal. Awesome. So whereas these storage bins are not the best quality, and they're a little smaller, they are $9.99. I know these have been going up in price. It's always good to have some extra bins for any storage. Anything that you're planning on using in a situation, an emergency, survivalist type situation, be good to have it packed in a specific area to where you know where it is immediately. I've always said to myself, it's always good to have like a big stock cooking pot. You can make a lot of, you know, say you get a great deal on meat and some different vegetables and stuff. You know what? You can throw all that together. Get creative. You know, I do different vegetable soups and slow cook different things with chicken and stuff like that. Make a huge pot of it and then can it up in some of the ball mason jars. You know, usually I just freeze them and then we'll eat them for like different lunches, you know, either throughout the week or throughout the month or a few months. You know, I mean, it's good, you know, as long as you keep it keep what you're going to eat out, put it in the fridge, and then whatever you're not going to eat, put the little jars in the freezer. At least that's what I do. And then have them for meals, you know, throughout the next couple months. And talking about food saving, yeah, got some different FoodSaver things here. I don't think they have the FoodSaver machine, but they do carry some of the different vacuum seal rolls here. This is 2 vacuum seal rolls, the 11-inch by 14 feet, $9.99. $9.99, 2 of them. So I notice they sell a lot of big bait here. So this is all well and good, but this isn't going to do you much good if you buy a cheaper fishing pole. You would almost have to get this one that has that can use a heavy line, because this is going to attract a bigger fish, right? You're most likely not going to catch any smaller fish. Well, all these smaller fishing poles over here won't be able to handle the size of a bigger fish. So keep that in mind when you know, I get a lot of questions about fake bait sometimes. So if you're going to use fake bait, you definitely want to use something like a spinner, something that's a lot smaller than this, unless you're doing some bass fishing. And honestly, don't waste your money on that, guys. Worms, night crawlers, they work the best. I have had the best luck with worms. Yeah, they're not reusable, obviously, but I mean, worms work the best. Also, Wheaties, cornmeal, you know, which is good for catfish. You might attract a lot of carp with Wheaties and stuff like that, but it does attract catfish also. Worms are the best though, and you can dig them up right out of the ground. I mean, it's free. My patriotic eye caught some of these cups here. These are some nice paper cups here. These are pretty solid. You could reuse these a few times. $3.49 for these, but close to the 4th of July. That's pretty festive there. Here are some very heavy duty plastic forks and knives and spoons here. These are heavy. 240 count, $12.99. Always good to have these in what some people call a bug out bag, or, you know, a storage bin, something that you would use in an emergency situation, or if you're just camping and you just want to use them for that. These seem like very good quality. So I'm not going to do it today, but I know some of you were asking me to show like a first aid kit bag that I was talking about. So I'm going to buy this. This is $2.99, and I feel like this is the perfect size. This is the perfect size because, you know, a lot of the first aid kits that you buy for like $20, they'll be like a little packet of Tylenol, a little thing of Band-Aids. You know, no, there's some of them have a lot of items in them, but they're very small. And with this, you know, building your own, you can buy in bulk. Like you can buy the big things of ibuprofen and then get like small bottles so that you can replenish them and put them in this. I'm going to get this. Maybe at some point I will put something together. Hey, it even comes with a little carabiner on there. That's perfect. $2.99 for this bag. I feel like this is perfect. Perfect size. So over the last couple months, we've been getting a lot of viewers on the channel that have been wanting to try like keto diets. And I've seen, first of all, OLLIE'S has a great selection of recipe books and stuff. They have this Bake It Keto here, camp cocktails. something interesting here. The keto sheet pan cookbook. All kinds of different interesting cookbooks here, not just keto, but look at this. Cooking with beer. They got a keto barbecue here. One that kind of interested me here was this live fire barbecue and beyond. Cooking everything on a fire. Like, that is perfect. What is that? $2.99. I'm buying it. And guys, they have so many interesting books here. They have graphic novels, comic books, deep graphic novels on Batman, the Joker. Got the Crimes of Grindelwald. I think Jessica has this book. All different kinds of cool stuff. Prehistoric Ocean. Wow. That's one thing we'll need, you know, if crap hits the fan. We are going to need some entertainment. Some things to ease our minds. Look at that. That would ease mine. Star Wars at 100 Scenes. Or this one right here. Harley Davidson. American Freedom Machines. Ooh, this looks interesting. And this may be irrelevant right here, but I do want to point out that they do have all kinds of like binders and stuff. Got a 3-clip binder here for $1.49. I feel like that's an okay price these days. They have these 5-star. Remember when these were like $5? Probably still are at Walmart. $2.99 here. Always good to have some extra paper, some extra notebooks when you find a good deal on them. You know, just to have things to write down, whether it's recipes or anything. So I was looking for like a battery operated radio. I don't even know if you can really find those anymore. We might go to Big Lots. I know sometimes they have battery operated radios, but I saw the cell phone thing here and it made me, reminded me that, you know, another reason to have those cell phone charger banks that you charge off a USB cable, to have those fully charged. Have a few of them. Look on Amazon. There's a couple of them, like one of them's called the Jackery, which is one that I use. I believe it was like $11 or $12. Might have gone up, but I bought a few of those a while back. So I always have power. That'll last me for days. Good to have that in case you need to charge your cell phone and we don't have power for something. Now, I'm not going to go over all of them, but OLLIE'S does carry a lot of candles. Now, these are bigger candles. They, you know, some really good scents. Some of them can get a little pricey, but not as much as like Bath and Body Works. $4.99 for that. Yeah, like one of these times I'm going to go to the candle factory outlet and we're going to buy up a bunch. We already have a bunch, but I figure, you know what? You can never have too many candles. Now, I know I may be sounding a little overboard on this, but guys, I literally do think of everything. So, like, you find some extra pillows, like, not even, you know, even if you don't need them, like $16.99 for these 2 Serta pillows. Actually, that's an okay deal. You could sometimes find good deals at Big Lots, even TJ Maxx. We saw those Beauty Rest pillows. It was like $26 for 2 of them. It was a good deal. But, you know, again, power goes out, something like that, you're going to be sweating a lot. You're going to sweat on your pillows, and you might want an extra one to throw in there, or just for whatever reason. So I saw this here, and it reminded me, this is actually an okay price, $70 for this little fridge here. But people were saying on the channel when I did the our first like preparation video, things that we do in our preps and stuff, you know, a good idea that if you ever do lose power, make sure at all costs you keep your freezer closed. Because if you keep your freezer closed, do not open it, because it will keep your food cold. Probably, I know some people are saying 24 hours. I don't know about that, but at least 12, I would think. At least that gives you enough time to find a source for ice and get to a gas station or somewhere that sells ice so you can get it in your cooler. So these Yankee candles at OLLIE'S are usually $10.99. They have them on a buyout right now. Yankee buyout $8.99. It says there's $17.40. Yeah, if you get them at the Yankee Candle store, some of them are even more than that. But $8.99 for all these Yankee candles. That's pretty awesome. Something else that would be good in a situation where you have to extend things for a period of time might be a good idea to get like a thermos or a cup that will keep things cold for a long period of time, or things hot. And always good to have a thermos. I don't know about this one. I trust my Coleman thermos, but I don't know. This looks pretty cheap here. I would just spend the extra few dollars on Coleman. I've had mine for like 20 years and it's still great. So if we got some hunters out there, they do have like some, or if you just like the camo fashion here, they do these pants right here. Camo pants here, $14.99. That seems like a very good deal. I don't really know what to compare it to, but I don't know. It seems like Seems like an okay deal. And it does look like they have all different sizes. So if you're hunting and you need some camo pants to like camouflage yourself, or if you're trying to hide in the woods from your wife, well, there you go. They also have some camo shirts here, and these are $6.99. And I gotta say, that's a nice material. That is very thin, so you're not gonna get very hot. Of course, if you're in the cold, if you're in the fall, in like hunting season or something, you're gonna need an extra coat with that. But and yeah, I was just kidding about the whole hiding from the wife thing. You can't hide. I can't hide. You can't hide from your wife. These are nice. I like this material. This is like really thin. They have like some different kinds here too. Well, not different kinds, just different patterns. Mossy Oak, isn't that's a good brand, ain't it? How much is this? Is that the same price? $4.99. Wow, what a deal. Yeah, they got these like mittens too that like cover your hand and then you get like the thumb there. These are pretty nice. These are $9.99 a pair. Also got some nice sock hats. $6.99 for these. Got some different undergarments and shoes. Let's see, $6.99 for these. I don't feel like these prices are too bad. Look at this. Mossy Oak. I don't know. I didn't even know they sold this brand here. Don't they sell some of this stuff at like Bass Pro Shop? I'm sure it cost a fortune there. And you want to talk about warm. Yeah, you probably don't want to buy these like down in Florida, but up here in the Midwest, yeah, it gets cold in the wintertime. $5.99, 8 pairs, guys. 8 pairs of these long crew socks here. Work crew socks. I mean, work, whatever. Use them for whatever. I have a pair of these. They're great. Warm and cheap. 8 pairs for $6. They have the Mossy Oak brand, but just kind of looking at these, so these are $7.99, but I will say I like the Stanley. Stanley is a little more thicker, and I don't know, like I've had a couple pair of these that have lasted me for years, so I don't know, I go by the Stanley brand. I noticed they have these long sleeve crew here by $7.99. It says $19.99 regular price. They are very thin material, breathable, even says it on there. Tag free, wicking, moisture control. That is the important thing. That's kind of what I was getting at with this kind of material, is that if you sweat a lot like I do, it doesn't, like, it breathes, so you're not going to get all sticky and stuff. So I saw these mason jars here. I've never seen this brand before. Let me know if you know anything about it. Maybe do some reviews on it. Don't know if they're going to be as good as the ball mason jars, but these are the 16 ounces. We only saw the 4 ounces of the ball mason here. $8.99 for these, so an okay price. Lids look okay, look pretty good. New sealing technology, next generation. I don't know. I feel like that's a great price though. $8.99. So I just saw these sitting here. I remember somebody asked about the Vita Fusion. I only see the Power C ones here, which is high potency vitamin C, but these are $4.99. It says their price $11.88. I don't know about that. I don't know what to compare it to, but America's #1 gummy vitamin brand. So if yeah, finally found some of these. $4.99. If you're looking for them in Heaven Ollie's, there they are. Great trip to Ollie's. This is the reason why I love this place. This is a prepper's dream here, guys. I mean, they have so many different things. I don't even know where else to find zip ties that big. Maybe Home Depot. And again, if you find them at Home Depot, how much are you going to pay for them? Like some of those were $3.99. The biggest ones were like $4.99. But the smaller ones, like a huge bag of them for $2.99. The lanterns, the lights, the 2 headlamps for $7.99. I mean, come on. Those are great deals. Yeah, you could get an Energizer one like mine for $25. And it's nice. It really is. And I don't even know how much those are now. They could be a fortune. I don't know. I paid $25 for one years ago at Dick's Sporting Goods. But those 2 in there for $7.99, those will work just fine. Just always have batteries. Usually a cheaper product that is on the shelf like that, which Steel Tin is a good product. That is a well-known product. Or Steel Ton, however you say it. But a lot of those little tools and stuff, well worth it. Even a fishing pole, even if all you can afford is one of those $8 fishing poles, it's better than not having anything. Because, if it ever came to the situation where, we had to hunt again or fish again, or if you just want to do it, You know, like, I'm a believer, like, things that I catch, like, obviously, if I'm fishing in, like, a river or something, yeah, you might want to let those go. You know, if you're in the Ohio River, which I don't even recommend, like, I don't know. The Ohio River's kind of dirty, especially around Cincinnati. But if you're fishing in, like, whitewater, always make sure you have a fishing license in each state that you fish in. Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio. I don't think they do the triple license anymore. I think you have to have a license for each state. As a matter of fact, I know you do. But, you know, if you got little pay lakes, stuff like that, or just little ponds, you know, different neighbors. You know, we had a pond in our neighbor's backyard. We always fished there growing up. A lot of different water sources around us, which we are blessed to have. But lots of useful tools in here. Also, yeah, this book. Sorry, this might be a minute for the ending here, but I had some things I wanted to talk about. So I looked over this book the last time I was here. I kind of knew I was going to buy this. But some of the things: cast iron cinnamon rolls, black bean campfire nachos, jalapeno popper burgers, Greek lamb kebabs, brown sugar bourbon back ribs. I mean, come on, this is perfect. This is everything cooking over a fire. I love this. This is awesome. Cedar plank dill salmon, grilled portobello mushroom pizzas. Kind of some weird things, but sounds awesome. Bacon onion focaccia. I mean, $2.99. They had all those keto books, and it's cheap, guys. It's really cheap. Some books can get a little pricey depending on what it is, but a lot of those keto books, recipe books, I think it's pretty awesome, and I think it's good that people are looking out for their health and stuff like that. If you are and you want to check out some of these books, check out Ollie's. That's really awesome. I love this Ollie's too. Everybody in here is so friendly. And surprisingly, they know where everything is. So if, you know, if I'm lost, which can happen at Ollie's because a lot of stuff's just kind of thrown everywhere, but they know where everything is. So they pack it there. But anyway, great trip to Ollie's. This is a prepper's dream. If you're looking for a lot of these tools, we're also going to check out some other stores like Walmart and stuff for different prepper items, maybe some survival items, you know, different things, survival knives and more lights and things that we can use in our prepper pantry and our prepper stock of things as, you know, for survival, you know, for things that we may need. Hopefully we may never need it for survival, but if we do, it's there, you know, different knives, Swiss Army knives, stuff like that, all these kind of little things, fishing poles, you know, hunting weapons. You know, I won't talk about some things on the channel here because I know YouTube doesn't like some things. Whether they do or not, we don't talk about those things. But you know what I mean. You know, if you're a hunter, there's all kinds of hunting weapons and ammunition things for hunting and stuff like that. So, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I kind of feel like I'm all over the place. I feel really cool, or I feel really good showing a lot of this stuff that I've always wanted to show on the channel here. Things that we have always thought about. Like, should we talk about this stuff? You know, should we show these things that we buy so that we have in case there is a situation? Because you never know. Today's day and age, you just never know. And it's always good to be prepared. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video today. With all that being said, I am out. And always remember, the adventure is out.